So listen, have you explained to Papa how to use that button on the iPhone?
Don't worry, my dad knows how to use a smartphone better than you and me. You've not seen all the WhatsApps I keep getting in every 10 minutes?
That's true.
I'm not sure he knows who he's sending them to.
Yeah.
Some of them are a bit rude, I think. But talking about smartphones, it's my mum that might need a bit of help. Did you hear the other day?
What did she say?
She said, "What is this I hear about you and Shabnam doing a cast pod?" I said, "No, Mum, podcast." "Oh, yeah, cast pod." So my mum says, "This cast pod." I said, "No, Mum, podcast." She says, "Can I hear it on the radio?" I said, "No, Mum." "So can I see it on TV?" "No, Mum." "Can I watch it in the cinema?" That'll be a no as well, Mum.
Welcome to the Shabby and Man Podcast. We're partners, parents, podcasters, broadcasters,
and everything else in between.
And since we are recording this the day after India's Republic Day, Chhabbees Janvari, Ganatantra Divas, if you want to know in Hindi, I thought we should start by talking about your memories of Republic Day.
I've seen many Republic Days. I've been many January 26th I've spent in India.
Do you mean the parade?
The parade. In Delhi, I've seen a couple of parades. You have to get up really early for that, don't you?
Yeah, you have to get up. You have to be there by 4:30 in the morning or something like that. And don't forget, this time of year, even Delhi is freezing cold. I wanted to ask you, you've been to school in Delhi, right? To boarding school, not in Delhi, in India, Nainital, boarding school and all that. So you must have memories of Chhabbees Janvari celebrations as well, right?
Of course I do. Used to get this patto wala tray with I don't know what the word is.
Dona.
It's called a dona.
Yeah.
You get this little tray with a samosa and a jalebi and a couple of other things in it, which were extremely sweet.
Yeah. Even my memory is actually food related. We had to go to school in the mornings. Do you remember? It wasn't a chutti. So we had to go to school first half of the morning. We had to sing all these Sare Jahan Se Acha. Half day. There'd be flag hoisting. The principal would come and give hopefully a very inspirational speech. And my memory is 2 soggy Boondi Ke Laddoos, not 1, 2, in a crumpled brown paper bag, which was totally yellow from the tail, which had soaked in to the brown paper bag. So
lovely memories. It's sounding nice.
I remember back then, the challenge used to be for all of us to kind of put your bag of soggy laddoos into somebody else's school bag, so because you didn't want to take that home. And then some unlucky person would end up with like 8-9 bags of laddoos or whatever. So that's all I remember, and it was a routine thing, be it 26 Chhabbees Janvari,
who would have known that would have met me there in my knicker, you in your shalwar kameez.
Oh, please, okay? Shalwar kameez. Well, listen, but what I find it strange is that it wasn't a chutti. So we were there first half of the day, we had to be at school. So it was a half day, as they say, right? What would you do? I think the thing was, when I was very young, I remember it was either on Chhabbees Janvari or 15th August. One of the places where I went to school, I think it was Indore. It was opposite the zoo. So all the kids would have been taken to a trip to the zoo. As a class trip.
From the school?
From the school after flag hoisting and all of that.
Oh, but judging by what I know of you now and what I was like, I would have thought that, you would have gone home to study. But I remember very clearly, me and my friends used to go and we used to watch a movie.
You would have bunked classes, I'm guessing.
Watched a movie. We were allowed to watch a movie that day. We always used to go and watch a movie. And I can't remember, but in those days, I think Anil Kapoor and Jackie Shroff were the big names. We'd go and watch some movie. Amdad Bahar, Ram Lakhan, something or the other.
But whereas I think yahan pe to I know that people, those who know about Chhabbees Janvari and Republic Day, Independence Day, they just like to, post photographs of them with the Indian flag or little photographs of them on holiday in India. But to us, I think those of us who've grown up in India, we have so many more memories and vivid memories from school. And of course, Chhabbees Janvari Parade. Now, there's another ritual which is related to Chhabbees Janvari, which a lot of people outside of India may not know, which is beating the retreat. Now, beating the retreat happens 3 days after 26 January, and which is when it's a beautiful occasion. It happens in the evening.
So that's the 29th or 28th?
That's on the 28th or the 29th. I'm not entirely sure. But, my dad was in government service. Yeah, my dad retired as the head of the Indian Postal Service. And
so as a Postmaster General and whatever secretary of whatever, you never had to buy a stamp in your life? You used to get guys to go in?
Don't be silly. Of course, it doesn't work like that. We had to buy stamps. That's not the point. All these senior government officials would get invites to beating retreat, yeah? And we call it beating retreat. It was beating the retreat. But essentially...
silent the.
Yeah, essentially, it was when the sun would be setting behind Rashtrapati Bhavan and the army band would play these beautiful, beautiful tunes, I'm not exactly sure what the historical significance is.
Sorry, it just came to me. It's like, We have a silent the before Punjab. We went to the Punjab.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. And this is when you would see Rashtrapati Bhavan silhouetted against a night sky, with all those lights. And it was just the most beautiful thing. And I vividly remember in the 80s, back when I'm sure Rajiv Gandhi was Prime Minister, when my dad had got these invites, you're right in the front, And this would be one of those occasions where you could see Rajiv Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka, Rahul. They were all so young. They were like the India's glamorous political family, right? And to see them up close, that was a big, big thrill for us. So I think it's, again, another 26 January related memory.
Speaking of Republic Day, Independence Day, isn't this when Bollywood brings out all these patriotic movies?
It does. Funny you should say that, because this year, not Bollywood, because I think this is not a film that could have been made in India, but this Indian movie director who's based in Dubai, he's rounded up an international cast and he's made a film called The Gandhi Murder. I went to see the preview. It's not in the cinema yet. I went to watch the preview. They came on my show and I interviewed him. And this delves into a conspiracy theory around the assassination of Gandhi. And it says that Gandhi's assassination was actually a murder in cold blood, which could have been prevented because the police had enough intelligence to know that, this was brewing. There was a lot of unrest. There were a lot of people in India who wanted him out of the way. And therefore, I think it's a very, very big claim to make, right? Therefore, it is something which a lot of people knew about, but they kind of looked the other way and they let it happen. And it obviously changed the course of Indian history. What do you reckon? I mean,
there's always conspiracy theories. There's the JFK.
Yeah.
It goes on and on and on.
Even Titanic. People have an alternative theory for all these.
Sorry, who was
events.
assassinated in Titanic?
Not assassinated, but the sinking of the Titanic. There are a lot of people who think that it was premeditated. It wasn't just the Titanic going and hitting an iceberg. But
really?
Yeah. Apparently, conspiracy theories are बहुत होती हैं यार. But this one I felt was quite unexpected, and I don't know what to make of it, and I'm not surprised it wouldn't release in India. One Chhabbees Janvari tradition that I really miss living here in London is eating out and really going and feasting on street food in Delhi. Delhi mein places like...
Yeah, lots of street food here.
No, you do, but especially Chhabbees Janvari ke din when everybody has a day off, places like, Nathu's, Haldiram's, they'll be packed with families and they'll be having all that tikki and chaat, and it's a big tradition even in Old Delhi. I believe Old Delhi ki galiyan,
to be for this, huh?
Yeah, Old Delhi ki galiyon, especially Independence Day when the Prime Minister has just given his speech in Red Fort. So I believe all those gullies leading up to the Red Fort, selling from your
Papdi Chaat,
kulfi, Papdi Chaat. What is your favorite? Which is your favorite chaat?
It's Papdi Chaat.
Is it Papdi Chaat?
And especially in Old Delhi, that chaat which has got the potatoes and the chickpeas and the onions and a little bit of pudina chutney and imli ki chutney on top of that, and then dahi on top of that, and then a little bit of anar dal on top of that. Some save as well.
Yeah, save. And chaat masala.
Of course, and some chaat masala.
I believe 26 January ke din they'll put the masala and the chutney in such a way that it looks like a tricolor. So they'll put the green, they'll put the fiery red, and beech mein dahi. Tiranga, that's what it is. So that's all part of the Republic Day tradition. And I think, from what I gather, from what I hear from my friends, it's still a tradition. It's not that, now people like to go to posh restaurants or anything. Street food is the thing to delve into on these two occasions. And I miss that.
We better hit Camden Town in today.
It's coming up to almost a year since we began the Shabby and Man podcast.
How time flies.
Time flies. We've talked about so many things. I think this would be a good time for us to take a little break, maybe a couple of weeks, and then come back with season 2, because, next weekend I'm busy anyway, right? I'm working Saturday, Sunday.
Why don't you say I'm very busy next week?
I'm very, very busy.
I have no time for you. Say that.
And I have no time for the podcast. But I would. It's something which has become a part of our weekend ritual, something that we absolutely love. And it's so good to know that there are so many people tuning into us from all over the world. And hopefully they're finding a little bit of their lives, or maybe a little bit of their childhood in what we speak. So it would be good to take a couple of weeks off and come back with season 2.
So take a deep breath. Let it in. Let it out. Remember how you used to eat those 5-star chocolates when you were a kid?
What are you talking about?
I'm doing a bit of advertising, 5-star chocolates. So if you're going to leave a review, 5-star, you know what I'm saying? So thanks a lot for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, review, follow us. And by the way, it doesn't have to be a 5-star review. A 4.5-star review will be just as good.
You mean 4 fingers of a Kit Kat would do just as well?
Do just as well.
Thank you so much for listening. Of course, we're all over the place in terms of Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean.
all over the place in terms of what we're going to say next.
Exactly. Catch you again very soon.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.